Hello my Tedeschido friends and welcome back to another video of my channel. And in today's video, as you all can see, we're gonna be showing guys the best mid laners on patch 5.7. So before we start the video, just wanna tell you, you might be surprised by these picks, but with the changes that are now on the patches and the new item that gives you 120 AP and the passive, I don't remember what it's called. These champions are actually five of the best ones. So as you can see in the logo, Vladimir is gonna be one of them. He's gonna be actually the second, but you're gonna be seeing it. So let's start. As you all heard it, it's Kog'Maw. So before we start the video, we already started. Before we start talking about the champions, I just want to tell you guys that I am gonna have voices just in the first and the fifth pick, when the 5 picks are ending, and you're gonna be seeing the extra ones. So pros on Kog'Maw are that he's got great poke with his ultimate. I mean, his ultimate doesn't cost that much mana when he's not using it on a row a lot of times, and it deals a significant amount of damage, which is really cool if he does have some AP. And he also has really high range with his W, Bio Arcane Barrage, which is actually pretty easy and pretty useful when you're playing in the mid lane, because you want to have high range, because you can farm safely, you can poke your opponent safely, and you can also attack the jungler safely when he ganks you, which is really useful. He does have an impressive damage late game, which means that when you get like 1, 2, or 3 items on Kog'Maw, he does like an impressive amount of damage. You can also play him as AD, but now he's more useful playing as AP Kog'Maw. And he can still kill while he's dead. For the ones that don't know, Kog'Maw's passive is that when he dies, you can still control him for the rest 4 seconds, and after this 4 seconds pass, he erupts and he deals physical or magic damage to all nearby enemies, which is really useful. So when you left the target on low health and he kills you, you can still kill him. But you can't use summoner spells in this, which is bad, because that would be OP. Cons of Kog'Maw are that he has no escaping abilities, so if he's caught on a gank, he must either fight or either flash out, which it's not that good, because flash has like 5 minutes cooldown, and fighting with Kog'Maw is a little bit hard. He's really squishy, and he can't use his ult a lot of times in a row because it will cost a lot of mana. So yeah, let's move on because we don't have a lot of time. My screencast-o-matic records only for 15 minutes, so I'm gonna do this video a little bit quick. So on number 4 we have Vel'Koz. Pros on Vel'Koz are that he has great poke with all his abilities. All his abilities are like skill shots, and he can poke from a distance. I mean, if he's playing with like a short range champion like Zed or Talon, he can poke them like really easily. But if he's playing against a Xerath, they're gonna poke each other as well, which is like a tie. He does have an insane damage on his ultimate. I mean, on rank 1, he deals without any AP. He deals 500 magic damage with his ultimate, and on rank 3, 7 or 800. That's crazy. I mean, 500 is the rank 3 of Tristana's ultimate. Are you kidding me? He has extra damage every third consecutive spell, which is his passive, that deals like 200 more extra damage. He also has nice CC with his Q and his E that slows and knocks back the target, which is really good for escaping or chasing the target. He also has good team fights thanks to his passive and his ultimate. I mean, if all your teammates are like half health and the enemies are full, you can just use your ultimate, and this will turn all the fight around to your side, which is really useful as well. Some cons on Vel'Koz are that he's not very mobile. I mean, even with boots, he can't run that much fast. He's squishy, and he must be strong early game to be strong the late game. If he gets like 0 kills and 2 deaths in the early game, then he's not gonna be strong in the late game because he needs some AP items to be strong. I'm playing Vel'Koz really good, actually. You don't really care about it, never mind. So number 3 on my list we have Gragas. Pros on Gragas are that he has great poke with his Q and his ultimate. I mean, he can poke from a distance, and that's actually a really useful thing. And also, when you use his abilities, if your passive isn't on cooldown, you also gain health. He also has nice HP. I put it in a bracket tanky because he can go tanky as well, and AP and tanky. His passive heals him every 9 seconds or 8 seconds, I think, I don't know. Write in comment, I don't know. He also has really good CC with his Q, his E, and his ultimate, and he has great damage early and late game, but mostly early game, because if he's playing, for example, against LeBlanc, he can just throw barrels to her and deal, like, make her go on half health when he's still level 1. Really cool. Some cons on Gragas are that he's mana hungry early game, and mobile champions counter him. For example, LeBlanc. I don't know why I said LeBlanc before. Like LeBlanc, Kha'Zix, or Assassins. Mostly Assassins counter him because they are gonna avoid his ultimate, his Q, and his E, which sucks. So if you're playing against someone like this, I definitely recommend you going jungle or top lane instead of mid lane. So number 2 on my list we have Vladimir. I told you before. Some pros on Vladimir are he has great sustain in lane and some good early game damage. He has great sustain in lane because all his spells, not all his spells, his W and his Q can heal him without spending any mana and also deal damage, which is really cool. He's got nice poke with his Q and his E, and good escape with his W, because when he uses his W, he's becoming not invisible, he's becoming like enemy can't hit him and he's under the ground. So, and everyone that steps on him while he's under the ground, they are losing health, and Vladimir gains that health, which is really cool for him. He can build tanky, and even if he builds full tank, he still does an impressive amount of damage. And that's really pros on Vladimir. I mean, this patch is actually the tanky patch, and if you build tanky, he uh, you must deal damage. I mean, for example, there are some tanky junglers that deal a lot of damage, as examples like that them are Nautilus and Sejuani. They do a lot of damage and they're full tank. Now I went to another patch. Never mind. Some cons of Vladimir are that he can't do much when his abilities are on cooldown, because because his basic his basic attacks, I mean, deal like 60 damage, and yeah, it's not very cool. He needs his abilities to sustain in lane. If you heard the voice before, it was actually my grandma talking to my grandpa. His Vladimir is also hard to play because he needs a lot of skills to know where to use abilities and when. I played the Vladimir and I always used my W in the wrong situation, and Vladimir also doesn't have any CC abilities, which is kind of crap, and he can't chase a target really easy, or he can't escape if his W is on cooldown, which sucks. Well, never mind. On number 1 on my list, we do have Cho'Gath. So, oh yeah, the voice. These are actually the Cho'Gath jokes. I don't know if you can hear them, I can hear them. These are Cho'Gath jokes. Yeah. And now he's doing again? I didn't put that again, did I? Never mind. Pros on Cho'Gath are he has great sustaining lane. I think the best sustaining lane in all the champions. Thanks to his passive. Each time he kills a minion or a unit, he is regenerating mana and health, which is really good on sustaining. He has good poke with his W and his Q, and impressive damage when you have 2 or 3 AP items. I mean, when you're building AP Cho'Gath, once I had 1010 AP on Cho'Gath, and just my Q was dealing like 1010 damage, which is crazy, more than Vel'Koz's ultimate. Yeah, I said Vel'Koz. Cho'Gath can also go tanky, which not very champions can. Actually, only from the mid laners, only Gragas, Vladimir, and Cho'Gath can go tanky. I think so, which is really good for the whole team. He has hard CC with his Q and his W. I think Cho'Gath has the longest silence in the game with his W. When his W is on rank 5, I think the silence is 2.5 seconds, which is really good. He's also a really good team fighter thanks to his Q and his W and his ultimate that can knock down I said knock down. Never mind. That can kill a target. I like almost immediately. Some cons with Cho'Gath are that he's mana hungry early game because his Q and his W need like 70 and 90 mana, and Cho'Gath has only 200 and something in the early game, and he's not very mobile. So you must go first in a team fight, because if you stay behind, you will need like a ton of time to go in the team fight, and yeah, the team fight will end till you go there. So you must be of the first ones that will go in the team fight. And if he got alone and his Q and W are on cooldown, he can be dead. So buy cooldown reduction on Cho'Gath. So let's go to the extras. On the extras, we have Cassiope. So the reason I don't put Cassiope in my top 5 is that because he needs to learn her W and her Q to deal maximum damage with her E, because her ultimate isn't for dealing damages or for helping the jungler do good ganks or for escaping. It's not for damage. So yeah, and it's hard to learn her Q because you can see it before the Q will deal damage, so you can easily avoid it. That's what I do. And the next one, you can see all of them, but I'm just gonna say them one. Next one, we have Zed. Prozon Zed. Oh shit. I said Prozon Zed. So, the reason that I didn't put Zed in my top 5 and Talon in my top 5 are because the new item don't give anything on the AD champions like Zed and Talon, which doesn't help them at all. Riot needs to make some items like a new AD item, like the one that they made right now for the mages, for the AD champions that will help them actually for clearing lanes and sustaining the early game better, which is good. So that's why I didn't put them in my top 5. If you know how to play them, they're still really strong champions, but they're not in my top 5 because now AP is stronger. So next one we have Katarina. The reason I didn't put Katarina in my top 5 are that hard CC counters her by a lot, and she needs to land her ultimate to deal maximum damage. And if someone knocks her back or silences her when she's casting her ultimate, her damage will obviously go down and she will fall down quickly. So be careful when you're using your ultimate on Katarina. And last but not least, we have LeBlanc. LeBlanc is still a really good pick, but with the changes now, she got nerfed, and her abilities don't deal that much damage as they did before. So yeah, we all, if you know how to play LeBlanc and you're LeBlanc main, you're actually you can go and play as LeBlanc really good and win the game. But if you play LeBlanc for the first time, I definitely recommend you not to play her in the for first time in solo queue because you're gonna suck in the lane. And also the new item doesn't scale well with LeBlanc. So that's all for the video. No wait, that's not for all for the video. I'm gonna put the music in the end that I never did before, but I will do it now. So if you're bored of hearing the music, just stop the video. So thank you all for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video. Enjoy the music!